And we should be live. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Wanna Parlay podcast. Here, I'm Lance Bell, and I'm joined by Jack Neuheisel. Jack, let us know who sponsors this show.
Yeah, as always, this show is brought to you by one people and one people only, and that is Wanna Parlay, home of the world's richest parlay, and the only place that is genuinely rooting for its users to go ahead and win their parlays. You're not going to find anything like that on any other app or platform, casino, you name it. And Lance, I got good news. The Wanna Week is off to a hot start. Mamba 2003 is hanging out on top of the leaderboard right now in the main event after hitting an early 9-leg parlay. All WNBA picks, by the way. Something to keep eyes on.
What's up with wait, hold on. What's up with these WNBA parlays? Last week the winner was all WNBA, and right now first place is all WNBA. Is there maybe I need to do more research, but it seems like there's actually something there.
Hey, listen up, pal. This is Caitlin Clark's world. We're all just living in it, okay? You either get on board or get the fuck out of here. And so outside of our boy Mamba 2003, who's crushing on the WNBA picks, right behind him, we've got Hoffman 11 fired up there at third place. We got East Honey 22. We got Young Tana 90. And even Joe Bags, that fucking goofball, is back on there, currently sitting in ninth place. But good news, people, this contest does not end until Sunday night. There's still plenty of room on this leaderboard and still plenty of time to knock these guys down. We also have the Pick 7 back up this weekend, which will be live on Saturday, Sunday. So be looking to get your college and NFL picks in there. The winner of that, boy, is going home with $777. And again, always on a $2 investment. And as always, every day they have the free-to-play option where you're playing for $100. Congrats to Fuck You Mean. First time I'm seeing you up on the leaderboard, brother. Love to see it. Renee01 hit a parlay of the day this week. First time for Renee01 ever making a parlay. Very first parlay submitted, $100 on a $2 investment. You love to see it. We've possibly just created an addict. And then homegirl Maria Ramirez, Maria RZ from Oregon, one of our longtime winners and favorite players. Glad to see you still crushing it, Maria. But everyone's doing great, Lance, it would seem, except for yours truly, except for your boy. I can't seem to pick a game correctly. I can't seem to follow the right profile and even outsource my picks correctly. The whole thing's a big freak show, and really no other, it's not better explained than on Monday night. Monday Night Football was a big, bloody disaster for me.
Yeah, Monday Night Football did not look good for you. And one of the funniest parts about Monday night is my picks were your picks. It was the Jags to cover and the Bengals to cover. But once you and Joe Bags were a little too confident in those picks, before I even got to say anything, I hit the Uno reverse card, I flipped the switch, and there I go, 2-0 to make my all-time record up to 8-9, almost back to 50-50.
Lance, am I not your co-host, cousin, friend? Would all those words describe me?
Yay, all those words would accurately describe you, yes.
What the fuck is the secret fading? It's not part of the deal.
I don't communicate. I don't want to say it was I don't want to say it was you as much as it was Joe Bags, even though he's had winners and he still has one on this week's leaderboard. Joe Bags is one of my favorite to fade. It's a hobby of mine, truly. So yeah.
I don't care what the reason is. I don't care if the gambling gods came down from the heavens themselves and told you exactly what the future was. You communicate with me. You don't just send me into the abyss and let me just take it in the freaking face, betting on Trevor Lawrence and the Bengals. What's with you?
Your record was better than mine. I had to do something. I had to get back on the board. I can't look like an idiot out here.
This is an important moment. This is a seminal moment on this podcast. We are no longer friends. We are enemies. Okay. I thought this was supportive. I thought this is about in the name of helping out our users and looking out for one another. But okay. Go ahead. No, celebrate. Celebrate your winnings. Tell the people how smart you are.
Yeah, recapping Monday Night Football. Took Bills spread -4.5. They just beat the dog piss out of the Jaguars. Jaguars look pathetic. That's all I have about that game. But more about the Commanders and the Bengals game. That Jaden Daniels looks legit. He looks like the best quarterback in that class. He was making he looked like he had been there before. He acted like he had been there before. It's only his third start. He's looking over at his coach Dan Quinn going, "Let's go," on a crucial fourth down that I honestly thought was a gutty call. But overall, Bengals defense was pathetic as much as Jaden Daniels was great. The +7 obviously covered very easily. And yes, I'm to 8-9 all time. And that wraps up my Monday night. What do you have to say about Monday night?
Well, I don't care what your record is. 8-9 is still a losing record. You're still a loser in my eyes. You're now my adversary. You are no longer my friend. Thank you for pulling some extra salt in my wounds with the Jaden Daniels take. I'm just the guy who sat up here 3 weeks ago and told everybody he's going to be a bust. So I'm feeling really good about hammering a Bengals -7.5 line just to watch it never once be in contention that entire game. And then I'm going live and I'm begging for some kind of comeback just to recoup some of this money I threw down. And Jaden Daniels delivers the throw of the season so far, catching just a free man off the edge. And I thought I'd come on to this podcast today and we'd both be saying, God, we missed it. But sure enough, you go and fade me into the back door. Bills game, it is what it is. Everything's hindsight in 2020. I'm the guy who's been saying Trevor Lawrence is overrated since he lost that national championship against Clemson. Sure enough, I talked myself into just getting on him on this last game. Really never a contest. Bills went down for touchdowns on every single one of their first half possessions. And then Trevor Lawrence looked absolutely lost. Their defense or their offensive line looked absolutely lost. The whole thing was, I mean, both games couldn't have been more obvious the second they started. And I was on the wrong side. It puts you in such a bind because you can't line shoot. Now you're just screwed. You're doubly exposed. Just had to sit on in the torture chair for about 4.5 hours on Monday night. So yeah, still down bad. I was down bad Monday, down bad even worse now. Thought I had some friends to pull me out of it. Apparently I don't even have those. So not so good. Let me run through my picks really quick just so people can get an understanding of how bloody it really got for me on Monday. Took the Jags +4.5 loss. Bengals cover -7.5 loss. Bengals Commanders under 46 almost lost that in the first half, but lost. The only one I go home with winning was Bills Jacksonville over 46.5, and for none of the reasons I saw. For absolutely zero of the reasons that I saw. I just got gifted that, which honestly feels like coming in last place in a fantasy league and you get your money back. I'd honestly rather it stay in Vegas or Juana's hands, wherever it's got to go. I'm now officially 7-11 all time. It would appear it's bad. It's real bad.
That
just
doesn't look too good for you.
Basically, it's what I got to say. Just G's. But good news is it's early. Still September. We got a lot of football season left. I got to have a couple hot weeks, and then I'm back in the green. Life's going to be okay. Takes us to Thursday night, which, by the way, if I don't think the opening pitch has been thrown out. If I had one pick to suggest this evening, get on the Yankees. Marcus Stroman's going to ball. The line went down to -125. Yankees clinched the AL East today. Marcus Stroman balls. Yankees. Go ahead. Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to do you dirty like I did Monday by listening to your picks and then hitting the reverse. So I'll go first. I'll tell you what I like. And I'm NFL, you're college. We made that very clear Monday night. So I'm going to start Cowboys -6. That's the play. I know the Giants beat the Browns, and I know the Cowboys lost to the Ravens, have lost 2 straight. I don't see them losing 3 straight. They kind of own the Giants, and I have a couple player props that I'm also going to squeeze in with that line. I like Zeke anytime touchdown scorer, divisional matchup, heated game, and he's a beloved Cowboy. Zeke's going to score a touchdown. I like Dak's over in passing yards at 260.5. I don't need to say why. I mean, Dak slings the rock all over the place. And I also sneaky like Zeke over 7.5 receiving yards. I know it's kind of one of those weird ones, but all it takes is one little screenplay to get a first down. Next thing you know, you're hitting. And then last but not least, college football. I'm taking Army -12.5. And this is solely because I'm a former service member myself. So I got to go with my brothers in arms. I'm taking Army. And those are my Thursday picks. What do you got, Jack?
Well, I'm going rapid fire responses really quick to yours. I like anything to do with the Cowboys on Thursday. The story of the Cowboys last year, and I think it's going to be the same this year, they're never once going to play within a one-possession game. They're either getting blown the hell out or they're blowing some team out. Massive margins. Giants have been competitive in their last 2 games. I think they're getting a little too much respect here. Love the take there. Zeke anytime TD. Why the hell not? He gets the most touches out of the backfield. He's their red zone option. Dak overpassing 260.5. Probably. That's the only one to be skeptical of, just because I feel like this game is going to be a little one-sided. Love Zeke over receiving yards 7.5. And I love the Army take, and let me tell you why. And this will be where I get into my picks, because I lean heavy college football, as everyone who watches this program knows. So I'm paying attention to that Thursday night college football matchup, which I hope more people than me are, but it's not exactly the greatest made-for-TV product between Temple and Army. But I like Lance, I'm actually fading you here. I like Temple in the short week to hang on between 12.5. They just beat the hell out of a Utah State team that's given Utah a little bit of trouble, that hung tough, even though they got blown out against USC, forced some third downs, got off the field on some critical downs. It's a short week. It's Army in this new conference. So far, they're rolling. Eventually, they're going to get banged up. I like Temple just to keep it inside that 12.5, but still get beat. I like the over in this game, which is going to shock a lot of people. Everyone always wants to go Service Academy under, because that's been the story, because all of these offense, every Service Academy runs some variation of triple options. Army's new offense has the triple little wrinkles in it, but they also spread the ball, and they're not afraid to throw the ball 25, 30 times in a game. So they're far more explosive than triple offenses have been in the past. And the biggest thing, Lance, I've been on coaching staffs that have had to prepare against teams that run any kind of triple option, and it is a fucking impossible thing. You literally have to shut your entire week of practice down, and you just dedicate yourself to learning this offense, because it's very simple, but it can get very tricky, and all of a sudden you're never getting off the field, and they're clipping off 20-play drives on you. So it's going to be a difficult week for Temple to get ready. I think with the short week, they keep it close. I think we see this game, they get beat somewhere between 7 and 10, and it goes over the 46.5. Absolutely zero props next to this game. I like Army to win it, and these guys are nameless, faceless fucking heroes who stand guard in the middle of the night. I don't know who the hell is getting the ball. It could be anybody. That's the whole point of the U.S. military. So go Army. Excited about that. And then if I could tick on one more little prop to your NFL action, give me CeeDee Lamb over 80.5 yards receiving. He got paid this offseason right before the season started. At some point, I expect this guy to ball. And like we talked about, Giants are either getting blown out, it seems, or they're blowing somebody out. This feels like a one-sided game for the Cowboys, and who else to lean on but their bell cow in CeeDee Lamb through the air over 80.5 receiving yards. Book it. Jack's getting back in the week win column. Fuck you, Lance. I'm catching you, dog.
No, I mean, it was honestly, you got me a little worried about my Army pick. I mean, I promise I'm not switching up, but I'm just saying I'm a little worried. You made some valid points there. I really like the CeeDee Lamb over, because Dak's got to throw the ball to somebody. So yeah, I mean, I think you should be starting to creep back towards 500.
I almost did the stupid guy thing, and that's thinking you're smart. I stared at Brandon Cooks for 10 minutes and was just like, okay, they're going to take away the number one option. Here's how it's going to get schemed up. He's going to hit no. Don't overthink it. It's the number one receiver, only 80 yards in a game they're going to win by 23. We're taking the Giants. We're taking the Cowboys. We're taking CeeDee Lamb. Simple. We're simplifying this. Which, speaking about strategies, by the way, I've got a new policy that's going to be featured in every single one of my wanted parlays for the foreseeable future.
I was just about to ask you. I was like, do you have any new adjustments or plans you got going forward?
So the story of the season so far has been mostly what not to do, because it's just been a bloody disaster. I keep thinking I'm some smart guy, and just all the evidence would suggest the opposite. But there's one thing that it just every week I go, how the hell am I not covering that? And that is getting all over any kind of Travis Hunter prop in action. Not talking about Colorado, not talking Shedeur and Dion. I'm talking strictly Travis Hunter props. This is a new age of football player. We saw the evolution in baseball. We had the Madison Bumgarner, who was a Cy Young winner who could go hit bombs. Never in a million years do we think we'd see a legitimate two-way player. Now we got Shohei Ohtani. Back in the day for Jim Harbaugh's Stanford team, we had Owen Marisic, who was playing 150 snaps a game at middle linebacker and fullback, that psycho. He was never an NFL prospect, though. He was just a little bit of a war daddy. We're seeing Travis Hunter absolutely ball at two of the hardest positions, two of the highest paid positions in the NFL. So I'm looking at his props this week, and I'm going all in on, I think, most of them. I'm going over 96.5 yards receiving. I'm going over longest reception, 29.5. I'm taking the anytime TD at even odds. And when I can finally find some defensive props and some tackles to take, possibly a pick, I'm going to take those too. And I'm sprinkling those out across several cards. And Travis Hunter is going to deliver me to the promised land.
I mean, shit. He's a one hell of a player, so I can't say I disagree with anything you just said. And those were great call outs. I forgot about the Stanford guy. Wow, that really brought back some flashbacks. That's incredible.
How could you forget about 31, Owen Marisic?
I was a little young when that was going on, so I can't take too much blame there. But no, yeah, great. Wow, I might be on board with Travis Hunter as well.
Ride Travis Hunter until he fucking bucks, man. He's the guy. He's the war daddy. He's the bell cow. He is going to deliver us in our future parlays.
All right, I think I got a caller that wants to join in. Let me double check on that. I had a question. Have you been watching? What do you think happens with Caitlin Clark tonight?
Dude, I've not been following the WNBA like I should, because if you're watching the guys who are clipping us up on the Wanna Parlay board, it's all these WNBA absolute sharks right now. So I saw that the Fever got banged up in game one. Just for sake of my own interest, because, you know, we're talking about 4 teams where I can name more than one player. I'd like to see those teams win. So you got me. I'm a homer. I want Caitlin Clark. So we'll see tonight. What's that spread? Do you have any idea?
I have no idea. I just know, like, off very, very limited knowledge in WNBA that Connecticut's a really good defensive team. So that's all I got. I don't know anything about lines or anything. All I've known is Connecticut's a really good defensive team, and we wish Caitlin Clark the best.
What a stellar game to sign up for. Just a WNBA hard-nosed defensive battle. Got him.
I didn't know those existed in the W. I mean, that's how much I don't know about the WNBA.
God, I'm stoked. Wake up, Lance.
I got. Hey, but I do know Caitlin Clark. She's incredible. I know another couple rookies, but Caitlin Clark's the only one. All right, let me see where this guy is.
I'm not getting too bogged down in the WNBA takes these days. My eyes are going over towards MLB baseball. I'm paying attention to this Padres team that just clinched the playoffs last night on a friggin' 3-out play.
Wait,
here's our boy.
Yo, can you hear us?
Can y'all hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you. Is there
technical
difficulties with your camera?
Yes, my camera does not work.
Oh, all right.
I apologize.
Well, we can hear your voice. So I'm gonna ask you real quick. Make it quick and brief. Tell me what you like. Thursday night football.
Thursday night football. Okay. I think the Giants are extremely fraudulent. I think their defense is bad. Their offense, I mean, is decent. They have that win against the Browns doesn't show us anything. I don't think the Browns are a good team at all. So with that being said, we are taking the Cowboys -5.5.
Hey,
there he is, Cowboys.
Way to go.
Yep.
We like it.
I love it. You used a word I absolutely love in this game of trying to make picks. You said fraudulent. I 100%. I'm trying to identify frauds left and right. One of which is the Bengals. The Bengals are frauds. I'm not going to be fooled again. I'll revisit in a month from now if they can prove me wrong. But absolute frauds. I'm never going to get caught doing that again.
Yep, that was a surprise to me also.
All right, so our guest here, I will throw him under the bus. He went to U of A. Give us a little insight on your side of the house, Bryce. What you think of U of A's matchup this weekend?
Utah has a very, very good defense. U of A obviously got a new defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, and head coach. And our offense has not proved anything. We've made very silly mistakes with penalties, even on both sides of the ball. I'm hopeful. I think we can beat Utah. Cam Rising has struggled with a hand injury, so we kind of just pray the coaching staff can make the right adjustments and we can get out there and get a win.
So you're sitting on prayers. You don't have much confidence. It's more hope.
Yeah. I mean, I have a little bit of confidence, but it's just from what I saw against Kansas State, I don't know. Like, we looked so good after the first drive, come out the gate, put a touchdown on the board, and then after that, it was just all downhill. The defense looked awful. The offense couldn't get anything done other than throwing a T-Mac.
Will we potentially see a U of A money line ticket out of you?
100%. 100%. 100%.
I love the
I love
confidence, and I appreciate you joining.
Yep.
All right, we salute you.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
That's the right kind of guy. Just blind loyalty to his own brand. See, that's the kind of guy I need to co-host a show with, Lance. God damn you.
Hey, I will say it might have been a little bit of a dirty move to jump ship, but I had to do what I had to do, and I'm 8-9 because of it.
There you go. Well, those are our picks. That's the show today. Once again, as we said at the top of the show, this stream is brought to you by Wanna Parlay, home of the world's richest parlay. We've got people going home every week with $2,000 on a simple $2 investment. Speaking for myself, I've already gotten banged up, as we've talked about this entire show, so certainly don't need to be exposed thinking I'm a genius. I'm going to slip out as many of those $2 parlays as I can, see how much of this money I can get back. But we're talking $2 to enter for prize pools over $5,000. You want a little action out there, you want to make the games interesting, you want to take down your friends and rivals, you want a chance to make some difference-making money, Wanna Parlay is the only place that's going to offer you all that without threatening rent payments and all sorts of other things. So do yourself a favor and check it out now. Promo code TACO right now is going to get you some free play, soon to get you a deposit match. We'll keep you posted on all app updates here at the Wanna Parlay podcast. But yeah, there you go.
Yep, that'll do it for us, folks. Appreciate you guys joining in, and yeah, that'll be all.
Love it, pal. See
All
you
right.
Friday.
Yes, sir.